Hey, Ando again from Happy Life Martial Arts. Bruce Lee spoke famously about the struggle to express yourself honestly in your martial arts training. So how you doing with that? I sat down with Sifu Ember to talk about how to make your martial arts journey your own, so you don't turn into a sad, rusty robot. It's always more difficult, I think, for people to do something of their own, right? Than it is to just follow along, follow the steps, give me the form, I'll just do what you do.
Yep.
And do you think that artists, creative mindsets, make better martial artists when you're talking about owning your own stuff, having your own self-knowledge? Like Bruce Lee would say, like, I'm expressing myself. But when he would say that, I always worried that, yeah, but if you're not an artist at heart anyway, you don't even know what that means. If you're the other type of brain where I need a formula, I need steps, I need a logical flow from this to that, show me what the map is, you can be a very well-designed machine and execute things well, but you'll never really understand what Bruce Lee was talking about when he talks about expressing yourself.
You might be right that you would never understand that. My contention would be that I think everybody has an artistic temperament. They may not know it, and I would, in my way, encourage people to express that and to find it. And sometimes you don't find it until you've expressed it, and then you realize, oh, that was it. That was me being kind of creative there. So I think that's good. But I think it's always in you, and I think for whatever reason, people who identify themselves as creative people feel more free to express it than other people who don't identify as a creative person.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean they're not creative.
So if you get over the fear of failure or embarrassment, you try more things, then you'll learn more about yourself. And now
you might be a lot more
yourself.
creative than you think.
Right.
Yeah.
If you give yourself.
If you let go of some of that fear, or if you fight through that fear that's holding you back or stopping you from trying as hard as possible.
Absolutely.
And Andre used to say to us, I don't want anyone to fight like me. I want you to fight as I fight. I want you to think the way I think and use the techniques in the way I put things together in your way.
Right.
You always have to fight in your way. He didn't want to make, he used to say, I don't want to make a whole bunch of little Andre bots who fight just like me, because it's also impossible. You can't fight like somebody else. Right. You can only fight like yourself. You can imitate somebody else's movements, but it's always going to come out your way. It's like listening to two musicians play the same string of notes. It always comes out just slightly differently.
Right. Absolutely.
We've had students in wheelchairs.
Right.
And we've had students who, of those two students that were in wheelchairs, one could not get out of his wheelchair, so he had to learn to fight in his wheelchair. The other one was amazingly good at just bouncing out of his wheelchair and coming at you on the ground, either by himself or using his wheelchair as a weapon. I mean, any body type, any disabilities can be incorporated, any abilities can be incorporated. You're very good at high kicking, so I would never say don't high kick. You're good at it. I'm not as good at high kicking, so I don't tend to throw as many high kicks. But I had to learn how to defend against high kicks because there are people like you out there.
Right. What advice can you give them to make sure they're on the right path, so they are taking chances and heading in the right direction to own their own life as opposed to being a robot?
Two things. The short answer is the one that Andre gave to me after a couple months in this art. He just looked at me one day and he said, "Don't quit." And I said, "Why? Did you think I was going to?" And he said, "No, but a lot of people do after a couple months. And you'll never get it if you quit. Don't quit."
Right.
The other answer is, I think, if you can get people to try and not quit, they surprise you and themselves a lot. They're better than they think they are at whatever it is they think they suck at. Because a lot of times that the internal critic is very strong. The one that says, "Oh, you suck at this, you suck at that, or you suck in general." It's a very strong voice we can hear sometimes, and it's never good. It's not a good voice. So you have to learn a way, or find a way, or somebody has to give you a way to shut it up, or to do it anyway.
Yes, sir.
And so I think that was Andre's way when I was just starting. That was him giving me the way to do it anyway. Don't quit. You're going to want to, is basically what he was saying. Even if you don't today, there will come a day where you say to yourself, I got something else to do, or maybe I just don't have it today to go work out, or I'm too busy these days, or I have kids now, or whatever. Don't quit. Find a way.
Even if you suck, even if you're injured, don't quit.
Even if you've got little kids that need your attention and your time, don't quit. I didn't quit teaching. I just decided I'll teach out of my house.
Absolutely. I think you just solved all the world's problems right there.
I doubt it.
No, I was for sure you haven't.
Yeah.
Not yet.